This is some of the stuff dealing with things as far as stuff goes. I I I wonder why it is that purple was used. That's more non-disclosure. But there's one that's basically. I just. I mean, but basically, I've been scammed before. How do I know that I'm not going to be deceived by any of the ones telling me to do something? But basically, I've been lied to so many times. It's just like, what? I mean, it's just like, what? If I can't pick them up and throw them, why the fuck would I trust them? It's not that I'm paranoid, but it's just like after being fucked over and fucked out of, why the fuck do I want to trust any of them? I mean, especially when I put the dots together and I figure out what the fuck they've been doing, sitting there and acting stupid about what they're doing. There's one that that guy ended up dealing with but see, once again, it deals with why the fuck wasn't I given an education to be able to know what the fuck everything is? What was the real reason why I wasn't given an education to be able to enjoy my fruits? I mean, it's just like every fucking time. I mean, basically, oh, go to school. Schools are safe. It's just like the hell they were. I was stabbed inside of an elementary school. I was forced to give my personal identifiers like my handwriting. I was lied to about zip codes. I mean, when I look at the shit, it's just like, why the fuck? I mean, and it's just like when I end up trying to get a sampler of a copy of the UCC form filled out correctly. Talk about bullying. Oh, it's called loitering when I walk out of a room where I went to go piss. Basically what it goes into. I mean, basically, there's hidden cameras inside the building, so I'm forced to give my personal identifiers, like what my face looks like, and then, so, with the hidden cameras that were in the buildings, they knew exactly which room I'd gone into, to go piss in, which is very typical for women to go piss in that particular room, and, flush the, commode, and, I just look at the stuff. It's just like, what the fuck? So basically what it boils down to is that there's a small group who are violating the separation of powers clause by having lawyers on top of every corporation in America. And so they just sit there and act stupid. Well, it's just like, well, what the fuck? So what it is I was lied to. I was forced to contract with who I didn't want to contract with, and nobody in all the years that I had tried to get an education to be able to enjoy my fruits did any of the ones call themselves whatever they're calling themselves with the keys to the government buildings, dealing with education with schools, universities, colleges, etc. Ever told me what the color of ink stands for? What the position of the paper stands for? What to do if I'm being forced to give my personal identifiers and don't want to give my personal identifiers and things like that. And it's just like, well, wow, this is just really fucking fun to be forced to play games that I don't enjoy. And it's just like, oh, damn. So anyhow, so schools have a no bullying policy. It's like, well, that's really wild. So somebody whose job was at one of the schools laughs at me. And another one who has a job at a school basically retaliated against me. And so it's like, why the fuck would I want to go to a damn school? I mean, think about that. Did I ever wake up and go, I can hardly wait to go to school this morning. School is where I want to be. Isn't it part of me? I mean, I just... No, I hated it. I hated going to school. I mean, why would I want to go into a building, be forced to be with complete strangers, and be bullied and have whoever was supposed to be making sure I wasn't being bullied. Not only were the bullies, but in fact continued to be the bullies, and you used to hit people with pieces of wood called paddles. I'm like, shit. Well, I mean, evidently the ones coming out behind the desk called school office thought that was okay, because they used to. Oh, they just acted dumb about people being hit with paddles. And just acted deaf when people were complaining. Wow. And then come to find out, when I ended up writing some stuff in what is called the search engine, there is no superintendent license from an independent state licensing agency. There is no assistant superintendent license from an independent state licensing agency. There is no school administrator license from an independent state licensing agency. There is no building principal license from an independent state licensing agency, etc. Basically, it's like, oh shit, damn. Maybe I can just be the bitch from hell. I'm joking about that, but all I'm getting at is, wow. So basically, they can just make up whatever they want to, and not disclose what they're actually up to, and intentionally keep books, classes, and samples away from me. Well, dang, that sounds like with what's called domestic violence. Controlling color of ink that I can use, keeping books and classes and samples away from me, putting me down, all sorts of stuff. Oh, also gang violence, especially when there was just more than one of them that was going up against me. Dang. I didn't realize that I was having to that I was being confronted by a gang. It's just like gang colors, they have different colors, so it's like, wow. So they're all wearing kind of like the same kind of stuff. It's like, ooh. And it's just like, oh, so basically, in order for me to get good grades, and basically that I have to massage egos and tell them how great they are and all that other kind of stuff, and but because that's what so many of the ones that I went to school with ended up doing, instead of just I mean, it's just like, dang, I wouldn't kiss any of them. Basically, they've been kissing so much ass, it's incredible.